10 things dogs are scared of the most. Dogs, similarly to people, can suffer from various fears and phobias. Fears and phobias that occur in dogs can stem from a number of different things. While dogs can be born with specific fears, most of them are acquired as pups begin to engage with the world. If socialization with people and other dogs doesn't begin when the animal is still young, it often happens that the dog develops phobias. If we add a negative experience to that, chances are your pet will feel a lifelong fear of, for example, loud sounds, some objects in the surroundings, other animals, and even people. Below are the 10 phobias and fears that are more common with dogs. Fear of thunder. There are a few reasons thunderstorms inspire terror in so many dogs. The most obvious is the noise. Dogs' hearing is 2 to 3 times more sensitive than our own. For them, the booms of a summer storm are far louder, far closer, and far more jarring. Recent studies have found that the loud cracking sound of thunder is just a small part of what makes storms one of the most common phobias in dogs. Thunderstorms also alter the atmosphere, releasing a large amount of static electricity into the air. Dogs experience this static as a tingling throughout their hair coat and may even receive multiple shocks before the storm lifts. According to Dr. Nicholas Dodman, director of the Animal Behavior Department at the Cummings School of Veterinary Medicine at Tufts University, this is why many dogs flee to grounded areas of the home during thunderstorms. Basements, bathtubs, and enclosed spaces tend to have less static electricity. Fireworks. Much like thunderstorms, fireworks are one of the most common phobias in dogs. In fact, a 2013 study by the University of Bristol School of Veterinary Sciences found them to be the #1 trigger for fearful behavior. Not only are fireworks extremely loud, they also cause frightening odors and visual effects. In addition to the sensory component, some scientists feel there is a genetic aspect to noise phobias in dogs. A 2015 study conducted by the Norwegian University of Life Sciences in Oslo found a marked correlation between breeds and noise-sensitive fearfulness. If your dog suffers from noise phobias, you will be happy to learn that many pet professionals oppose the theory that comforting fearful dogs reinforces their fear. Veterinary behaviorist Melissa Bain told the New York Times, "You can't reinforce anxiety by comforting a dog. You won't make the fear worse. Do what you need to do to help your dog." Going to the vet. In humans, this phobia is sometimes referred to as white coat syndrome. Feeling nervous when faced with poking, prodding, and potentially scary medical news is normal for us, but this phobia in dogs is more about sensory overload. A veterinary office is full of new and frightening sights, sounds, smells, and sensations. In addition to the volume of stimuli coming at them, our intuitive pups can sense the fear and pain of the other animals and perhaps even the grief of the human in the room next door. If visits to the vet are a source of fear for your dog, try stopping by for non-medical visits. Plan ahead so the staff knows you are coming and ask them to love on your pup, play with him, and offer his favorite treats. A few of these happy visits will hopefully teach your dog that the vet staff are not out to get him. Car rides. Some dogs are afraid of riding in the car. This fear is often due to a lack of early exposure to car rides. It may also develop after negative experiences with riding in the car, such as getting car sick, riding in the car to be left at a shelter, or only going for a car ride for a visit to the veterinarian. It's possible to overcome your dog's fear of riding in the car by using treats and praise to slowly lure your dog into the car and then working up to taking rides in small steps. Make sure the destination is a happy place, like to the dog park or for a walk, and not too far away. Fear of stairs. Many people are unaware that their dog is afraid of the stairs until he starts refusing to use them. This is pretty common as well, and these dogs should be treated with patience and should not be forced to use the stairs. There's a proper way to teach a dog to use stairs. A game in which the owner participates is an excellent way to go about this issue, too. This involves learning, literally step by step, so that the dog can use the stairs without fear. Fear of people. It may come as a surprise to many that a dog, a man's best friend, is afraid of people. However, this isn't that rare. The cause of this fear lies in inadequate early socialization or, of course, as a result of abuse. There are ways to solve this problem, and some of them include positive reinforcement and helping the animal feel safe. If the fear is much too severe to resolve, contact your vet or an animal behavior specialist. Fear of strangers. Fear of strangers is very similar to being afraid of people. The only difference is that the dog is fearful of the people he doesn't know. Forcing a scared dog to accept an unknown person can very easily lead to a situation where the animal becomes aggressive. Fear of children. Some dog breeds aren't fond of children, and other dogs might develop a fear of children for several reasons. The first is the lack of exposure to kids in the early stages of life. Secondly, children behave differently towards animals. They are not always careful and pull their ears or fur or grab the animal by the tail. Not all dogs will tolerate this behavior if they haven't been taught to do so. The dog essentially does not intend to hurt the child but can react aggressively because of fear. Dog owners whose pups show fear of children should consult with an expert in dog behavior. Fear of specific objects. Some dogs develop a fear of a particular object: the vacuum cleaner, holiday decorations, a child's toy, construction equipment, and more. Very often this type of fear is not a big deal, as many objects can simply be moved out of sight. In certain cases, however, it can be problematic. For instance, if your dog refuses to walk past a statue outside your apartment building, or if he turns into a trembling, anxiety-stricken mess every time you need to vacuum the carpet. In this case, you may need to slowly introduce your dog to objects he is afraid of in a positive, happy manner. Grooming. While some dogs thoroughly enjoy a good bath and the way they feel after a haircut, others find grooming terrifying. Like many of the other phobias listed, the fear of grooming likely occurs when a dog is overwhelmed by sensory input. Grooming shops can be chaotic and are packed with the sights, sounds, and smells of other excited, nervous dogs. In addition, pups that dislike water or are not comfortable with body handling may struggle during their bath and trim. Jennifer Nelson, iHeartDog's veteran groomer, recommends pinpointing your dog's individual triggers: separation anxiety, noisy equipment, spending time in a cage, etc., and customizing your grooming appointment accordingly. Here the video ends. Thank you for reaching this point. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel and activate the bell to receive new